Yeah, it's up. Yeah, ah, so today we had two trades, and I really waited for for the trades, though we had setups. Tulikuwa na so many setups. So mimi nikiangalia chat kwanza naonanga the first thing you look is the overall bias is buy. I'd say that. So kitu kingine ukishajua bias ni hiyo. So my buy zone ilikuwa hii. Okay? towards this previous high. So my buy zone was supposed to be here towards this previous high. How did I get that zone? Strategy is very simple. Look for a break of structure. Na hii tulisema. So unaangalia we had this market tried to break above this ikashindwa, then you had a break of structure. So that break of structure, then you stretch your fib. Unafaa kwa 100. So like that, na hapa chini 100. Yeah, 0. So you can see that. So this high 0. After you stretch this low upper 100. So your entry zone was here. Okay. That's research, but we said it's not safe. You can enter if you're very aggressive, but mostly I like waiting for confirmation. But when I see that my zone is respected, remember these levels, they are very powerful levels. You're going to know that if Kieka levels is if buyer, the market either breaks them with a lot of momentum and in a respect on point. Yeah. So after that was done, so after my level was marked and gonna market in a panda. So I waited for adjustment, and I knew that the bias and the buy. That's why in all my videos you can see I was in the New York session. I traded against the trend. This sell here, I traded this sell, okay, which was against the trend, but happened on the buy, a very small buy, and then the market sold. Yeah, so I've traded against the trend, but the overall bias was a buyer. Yeah. So how did I get this trade? The first trade here. So we go down to 5 minutes, then we go down to 1 minute. Let me show you how I got this. Yeah. So the trade we took was a buy at this zone. Buy at this zone here. Yeah, right there. So how did I get this buy? So this buy was from this zone all the way up to I think 93. Yeah, so from this zone to 93. So I always target 30 pips. Then from there you can break even or you can collect all for a scalper. So mostly these entries in a on point. So that's why you high risk and then you target so you target just 30 pips. So this one you could have done size because it was also core my levels. But yeah, so how did I get this entry? First we had this zone there which is a supply zone. So which in my case use it for my levels. So like that. And you can see at that level the market was supposed to retrace. At that zone the market was supposed to retrace. You can see we have an entry there. Okay. So we have that entry. The market did retrace. So you can see at this zone the market retraced. Okay. But the bias was a buy. So how did I know it was supposed to be a buy? Let me first take out this. So first of all we had this kind of a pennant which was broken to the upside. Okay, then we did what we call confirmation. So the market broke to the upside, came down and confirmed the band. Okay, yeah. So I still used my fib. We said when you have a break of structure, that's where we get a chance to get the fib retracement. So you can see a lot of lines here. Yeah, so fib yangu tunaangalia the last swing high before we broke down. So you nakwanga my 0, so that I get to know how far the market will go. My entry is how far the market will go. Okay, so here chini inakuwa 100, hii swing high inakuwa 0. So my entry is supposed to be a reversal. But if you look at what the market did, it came first time karudi, second time karudi, and it was unable to close. Okay, you know the market gives you the clues. So this is the zone supposed to retrace market. You can see how strong the level is. Karudi. But the second leg, the market was unable to close below this. So I knew after breaking up this, after we had a break of structure above this previous high, I knew that definitely was supposed to be a buy, simply because we did not close below the previous close. Then we had a confirmation here. We just had a tap. We had a like kind of a weak liquidity grab. Okay, the upside, and we had liquidity here. But remember the first tap after we had some kind of consolidation here, took a break, tukakuwa na tap, alafu market kaonyesha signs za kupanda. We see the first tap is always liquidity. So what do? You take your fib, you make 100, na hiyo zone liquidity unaweka 0, okay? Unaweka 0. So that means that your entry zone was supposed to be this zone, which was super sniper. Okay? It was super sniper to the upside. So but I needed additional confidence. I needed additional confidence. So after we respected this and we broke above this, so I knew the market was going to retrace and buy from that zone. That is what we did. We bought from this zone 30 pips. Then we exited. The market came down back to that zone. Okay, so that was my first buy. Then we can go to the other one. Now my second trade was this sell here. So yeah, sniper sell. So what happened is look at this structure after we came back to this zone, which in this case you can see we had a liquidity grab hapa, which was also a zone of we could have bought at that zone. We take the after breaking of structure ama hiyo to get a weak or a break of structure to the upside. Nachukua zone na hii chini. So you see my entry was supposed to be there, and you can see how sniper it was higher. So after that, after creating this low swing here in a small time frame, my second low did not break below this, which I expected. Maybe the market would have come back to this zone, but it didn't. So we closed above this. Okay, we closed above this, and we went all the way up and we broke above this structure. After breaking, ukiona imebreak, what do? You just take your fib and you look for a retracement. So you inakuwa 0, your low inakuwa 100. After, so we didn't do what we didn't break below this. So instead what we did, we had a higher low which broke the previous high to the upside. Okay, yeah. So how far will the market go? That is what my Fibonacci is good at, because the levels are very strong. So you just need to take your previous high like 0, the recent low like 100. Then you have your entry at that zone, which was very very sniper. So you enter, either you can enter at there, unaweza ingia katikati ama ya juu. So which actually you're not even risking more than 1.5. So 1.5 suppose, but mostly you go for 3 for 30 pips. Yeah. So and TP was somewhere here, which was supposed to be 100 pips or 120. In fact, it was 120. Yeah. So that's how we got this sell to this zone. So we have this sell to this zone. But the overall bias was a buy. That's why you see the market still retraced, but still went up. Now we have a new break of structure. Now we can look for liquidity zones, and maybe the market will continue to the. I think the strategy is quite simple. Okay, entries are all over. Okay, so the first one, this one, hii hapa tulipata ilikuwa, this one was a buy, but you could still have gotten a for example, yeah. So each time we have a break of structure, it inakuwa 100 na hii inakuwa 0. I'll show you another entry that we did miss. So after we came down, we had a break of structure, the previous low, took a break. Then we use our Fibonacci levels to know where the market will go. Okay, it will buy up to what point, and you can see here we had a clean. So the lowest low hapa inakuwa 100, the high that was the high that responsible for the break inakuwa 0. Okay, now you look for where the market will go. Okay, so na tunapata pia hiyo entry though this one passed me ili nipita. Okay, yeah, which was also a good sell. Okay, the reason that's why the market would come all the way is because we still had a break of structure. Okay, still had a break of structure. So now I thought maybe the market would do that. Okay, so I thought maybe the market will still come back to this zone, which it didn't. Okay, yeah, so it respected this low, and that's why we went ahead to kind of leverage. So those were just some few examples. But what I said is trend fast. Trend ndio kitu cha kwanza, alafu you look for your entries. You look for your entries. Trend fast, then look for your entries. Yeah, so I think that's it. We had beautiful trades, even though some zilipita, but those ones I think were good. And everything I shared everything in my Telegram channel. Telegram, I shared everything. So you can see I shared everything. Today is on date 4. Yeah, so from the morning I shared everything. This was our first. So please on our level, let's look at this one. Kindia, and we had our first buy there, which was very successful. We had a sell at this zone, but